It's midnight and you're tuning in to Nightline with me, Nurin Razmin. The top stories. ADIA expresses interest in exploring investment opportunities in Malaysia. And JAKIM confirms no halal certification for ham and cheese sandwich. Good morning. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim held a meeting on Monday with the senior leadership of the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority ADIA, one of the world's largest sovereign wealth funds managing assets exceeding $1 trillion. The meeting opened avenues to strengthen strategic investment cooperation between Malaysia and the United Arab Emirates, UAE. Following the meeting, ADIA Managing Director Sheikh Hamad bin Zayed Al Nahyan and other senior leaders expressed strong interest in exploring investment opportunities in Malaysia. As a high-impact global investor, ADIA plays a significant role in sectors such as infrastructure, healthcare, energy, and more on a global scale. In Malaysia, ADIA's commitment is evident through investments aligned with the new Industrial Master Plan 2030 and the Madani Economic Framework. Among their key contributions is the collaboration with Global Infrastructure Partners, GIP, in the privatization effort of Malaysia Airport Holdings Berhad MAHB, as well as investments in major infrastructure projects that support the country's sustainable growth. During the discussions, ADIA reaffirmed its commitment to further enhancing and generating greater value to ensure the success of its investments in Malaysia across various sectors, including the transformation of MAHB. Earlier, the Prime Minister, who is on a 3-day official visit to the UAE, met with Abu Dhabi Future Energy Company PJSC Masdar Chief Executive Officer Muhammad Jamil Al Ramahi. The discussion focused on renewable energy projects. Masdar is a clean energy and sustainable development company based in the Gulf nation. With extensive expertise in these sectors, the company has successfully executed projects in over 40 countries. The Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, JAKIM, confirmed that the ham and cheese sandwich products sold at a department store chain did not have the Malaysian Halal Verification Certificate SPHM. According to JAKIM, the company was found using an expired SPHM owned by another company. In a separate statement, KK Mart said it has froze all dealings with the supplier of the sandwich product and filed a police report against the company. The issue of the sale of the non-halal sandwiches went viral on social media following University Malaya's action to close 2 department store premises said to be selling the product. Last Friday, this sandwich factory in Petaling Jaya, Selangor, was raided by the Domestic Trade and Cost of Living Ministry and JAKIM. The raid was carried out following a complaint received by JAKIM. The issue went viral on TikTok concerning the use of a doubtful halal logo on sandwich products in some supermarkets in Selangor and Kuala Lumpur. Checks revealed that the factory used another company's certification that expired on October 15, 2023. Meanwhile, Brickfields Police confirmed receiving a report on the sale of products with doubtful halal status at retail stores in UM. Brickfields District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner Ku Mashariman Ku Mahmood said the report was lodged last Friday by UM students. MARA is implementing strict measures and making internal improvements to its rules to address the issue of cartels among contractors at Maktab Rendah Sains MARA MRSM schools. Its chairman, Dato' Ashraf Wajdi Dusuki, said the move is necessary as there had been cases of cartels among contractors at MRSM schools.
Saya masuk sebagai pengurusi, orang kata ada kartel sebagainya. Jadi kita, sebab itu penting bila saya turun ke bawah ini, kita nampaklah memang betul lah ada kartel. Contohnya waktu mereka mohon, kita tak tahu sebab alamatnya berdekatan memang keutamaan yang bila saya cek balik SOP, keutamaan diberikan bila markah itu sama contohnya. Kita akan bagi keutamaan kepada syarikat tempatan.
He said that he has to ensure that every cent of public funds was utilized effectively without negligence, leakage, or waste. The MARA chief acknowledged that while the cartel issue was not fully resolved, efforts were being made to address it. He also sent a clear warning to all contractors that MARA would not hesitate to take legal action if they are found to be negligent. The Education Ministry, MOE, will table a compulsory secondary education policy during the upcoming Dewan Rakyat sitting next month. The policy aims to address the issues of school dropouts and absenteeism among Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM examination candidates, which involves thousands of students each year. Its Minister, Fadlina Siddiq, said that the implementation of the compulsory secondary education policy is expected to improve the quality of education in the country. She added that the policy will be introduced through an amendment to the Education Act 1996. She also urged all parties not to jump to conclusions regarding the issue of students failing to attend the ongoing 2024 SPM examination.
Jadi kita minta masa sehingga 6 Februari untuk kita rumuskan dan pastikan semua proses berkaitan dengan kehadiran anak-anak kita ini dapat kita buat konklusi yang lebih tepat.
Fadlina said this at a press conference after the 2025 Early Schooling Aid Mock Check presentation ceremony in Kuala Lumpur on Monday. It was previously reported that about 10,000 candidates were absent for the 2024 SPM Bahasa Melayu paper. More than 400,000 candidates are sitting for the exam at 3,370 centres across the country. Meanwhile, all schools have been reminded to disburse the full 150 ringgit early schooling aid to each student without making any deductions. Fadlina emphasized that the initiative is intended to ensure students have sufficient supplies to begin the school term. Parents were also reminded to use the cash assistance solely for their children's schooling needs.
Jadi peringkat sekolah pula mesti serahkan RM150 ini kepada ibu bapa dan jangan dipotong-potong. PIBG lah, yuran tu, yuran inilah, tidak boleh. RM150 ini mesti diterima oleh ibu bapa penjaga sebagaimana yang kita umumkan.
Fadlina added that schools must also ensure the distribution of the early schooling aid is carried out transparently and in compliance with the established guidelines. A total of 791.25 million ringgit has been allocated for the one-off early schooling aid payment, benefiting over 5.2 million students. 21 commercial vehicles have been seized by the Road Transport Department (RTD) following inspections at 37 computerized vehicle inspection centres Puspacom nationwide. Its Director General, Dato' Eddie Fadli Ramli, stated that the seizures were due to safety and licensing violations identified during the Opscas Puspacom, which began on December 31st. In a statement on Monday, Adi Fadli said the offences included the use of fake motor vehicle trade licenses, expired road tax and insurance, unregistered vehicles, and using motor vehicle trade licenses issued to another company. Among the vehicles seized, the department also detected a lorry approved by Puspacom despite its physical condition failing to meet vehicle safety standards. Following this, the RTD has established a strategic partnership with the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission to address misconduct related to vehicle inspection results at Puspacom. The RTD also stated that it will conduct continuous and integrated enforcement efforts in collaboration with other enforcement agencies. The implementation of Opcas Puspacom is to ensure vehicle safety and address technical offences involving commercial vehicles before, during, and after periodic or preliminary inspections. The government will seek a court order to prevent any party from discussing issues related to the royal addendum for former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak to serve the remainder of his prison sentence under house arrest. This is because the case, which was heard in the High Court on Monday, involves sensitive issues related to royalty, religion and race, collectively known as the 3 Rs. Senior Federal Counsel Shamsul Bul Hassan said that the application will be filed by January 20th. He also emphasized that the gag order is necessary to safeguard the royal institution. During Monday's closed-door hearing, the court also fixed March 11th for further case management. A Malaysian man was among 10 people injured by a bomb explosion near the Muang Patani District Police Station in Patani Province, southern Thailand on Monday morning. The incident occurred after a police parade at the station at 8 a.m. According to the local police, the 20-kilogram homemade bomb concealed inside a motorcycle parked next to the police station was detonated using a timer device. The other 9 injured victims include 3 police officers and 6 volunteer defense personnel. Some of them sustained injuries from bomb shrapnel and shattered glass, as well as experienced breathing difficulties. They were taken to Patani Hospital for treatment. Earlier, authorities stated that at the time of the incident, the Malaysian victim was in his car near the motorcycle rigged with the explosive. The 20-year-old victim, identified as Irfan Azami Irwan Nizam, was reportedly waiting for his Thai fiancée to finish filing a police report regarding her lost passport. The victim arrived in Patani last Saturday to meet his fiancée's family for wedding arrangements. He was later allowed to return after doctors confirmed that he had not sustained any physical injuries. So far, no group has claimed responsibility for the incident. The takeover negotiations of Maswings by the Sarawak government has been finalized. Sarawak Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the ceremony of signing the Sale Purchase Agreement (SPA) with Malaysia Aviation Group will be carried out next month. According to Abang Johari, the new name of the company has been decided and will be announced after the SPA meeting.
Maswing beres.
Oh, Maswing beres.
Maksudnya sudah kita mengambil alih dan tidak lama lagi ada signing.
Tidak lama tu berapa lama?
Dalam masa you malah nanya one bulan lah.
He said this after an event in Kuching on Monday. Maswings is a regional aviation company that operates flight services in Sabah and Sarawak. In 2023, the federal government agreed for the Sarawak government to establish its own aviation company. This is to address the problem of high flight ticket costs between the peninsula to Sarawak and Sabah. Thailand's cabinet approved a controversial bill on Monday to legalize gambling in designated entertainment complexes to boost tourism and create jobs. The proposed law would allow casinos to be set up within tourism complexes that would also include theme parks, water parks, hotels and shopping malls. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra said the objectives are to increase revenue, support investment in Thailand and solve illegal gambling. The bill will go to the office of the Council of State for drafting before being debated and voted on by lawmakers in Parliament, a process that will likely take months. Gambling in Thailand is currently only legal on certain state-run horse races and an official lottery, but illicit betting is widespread. China's exports hit a record high in 2024. According to Deputy Director of the General Administration Customs, Wang Lujing, the performance is a welcome boost for the world's second largest economy, as United States President-elect Donald Trump's promised tariffs threaten to dampen growth.
从总量看，连续跨过42、43两个万亿级大关， 去年的全年进出口总值达到了43.85万亿元人民币，同比增长5%。
Customs data showed on Monday that exports rose 10.7% year-on-year, comfortably beating economists' forecasts. Imports, which were widely expected to decline, rose 1%, the strongest performance since July 2024. The stronger-than-expected figures come as Trump is set to return to the White House on January 20th, armed with a populist economic agenda that includes sweeping tariffs on Chinese goods. Economists say Trump's proposed tariffs would almost certainly raise prices for U.S. consumers and cut into the profit margins of Chinese exporters. We're going for a short break. When we return, Myth Avenue Gaming crowned Dota 2 champions.
Saya pernah di body shaming. Dulu saya gemuk. And then pernah juga saya dikatakan bahawa kau tidak boleh jadi seorang penyanyi sebab kau buruk, sebab kau tidak cantik. Dan itu sebenarnya menjadi trauma kepada saya sehinggalah sekarang. Buruk gemuk is only what people say towards me. Saya sangat ditindas, like no one wants to friend me dulu. Dan dulu banyak juga macam bila kita kena panggil menyanyi, tidak orang pandang because you look like that.
We're back with sports. The 2025 Asia Pacific Predator League. Myth Gaming Avenue Gaming, MAG, has elevated Malaysia's name in the Dota 2 scene after defeating Team Helios of Indonesia 2-0 in the grand finals to be crowned champions in Kuala Lumpur on Sunday. In the best-of-3 format, MAG was fully prepared and took control of the first game, with Changkok King, or Chucky, playing the hero Spectre and delivering a stellar performance to give the Malaysians a 1-0 lead. Despite this, Team Helios tried to bounce back in the second game, but MAG's solid control and strategy halted their efforts. The MAG wasted no time and closed out the second match after 34 minutes, securing the 2-0 win as well as the trophy. As champions, the Malaysians took home $65,000 or 293,168 ringgit, with their midlander Mark Anthony Urbina, or Bob King, being named the most valuable player. The last time Malaysia won the tournament was 7 years ago, when Geek Fam delivered the nation's first ever championship win. Turning to tennis, the 2025 Australian Open. World number 1 Jannik Sinner launched his title defense with a hard-fought win over Nicolas Jarry in their first-round clash on Monday. The defending champion was pushed hard in the match by the Chilean, but the Italian prevailed to win 7-6, 7-6, 6-1 after 2 hours and 40 minutes on court. Next up, Sinner will take on local wildcard Tristan Shulkate in the second round. In another match, Carlos Alcaraz Garcia began his bid to compete a career Grand Slam with an imperfect but entertaining 6-1, 7-5, 6-1 win over Alexander Shevchenko. Awaiting the 4-time champion in the second round will be Japan's Yoshihito Nishioka. In the women's event, Iga Swiatek fought hard to beat Katerina Sinakova 6-3, 6-4 to launch her quest for a 6th Grand Slam title and first at Melbourne Park. The world number 2 will face 49th ranked Slovakian Rebeka Stramkova next for a place in the third round. On to football, the English FA Cup. Manchester United head coach Ruben Amorim said he felt from the first minute that his team would knock Arsenal out of the tournament on Sunday, despite playing the third-round tie with 10 men for over an hour before prevailing 5-3 on penalties.
It's clear that when we score first, that helps us to suffer. It's like more strength to suffer after if something happened. When the opponent has one opportunity, we can stop the game. We can calm down the game. But it's clear that we are improving in the way that we suffer playing football, and that is a good thing. It's not nice, but it's a good thing for a team.
Earlier, Captain Bruno Fernandes put the Red Devils in front with a well-taken 52nd minute strike. However, Diogo Dalot picked up a second yellow card on the hour mark for a reckless challenge and was sent off. The Gunners soon made the most of their extra man, with Gabriel equalizing the score 3 minutes later. But Martin Odegaard squandered a chance to win the match in the 72nd minute when his penalty kick was saved by Altay Bayındır, forcing the game into extra time and penalty shootout. In the shootout, Bayındır stopped Kai Havertz's reckless spot kick before Joshua Zirkzee gave United the unassailable 5-3 lead, taking the Red Devils through to a fourth round meeting with Leicester City. Dangerous winds set to return. The details when we come back.
Guna kapal tunda, seleweng minyak diesel.
Kita dapat risiko selama 2 bulan, mereka mendapatkan bekalan daripada sumber-sumber tertentu di perairan kita ni.
Saluran haram disambung dari jeti ke darat.
Jaraknya adalah lebih kurang 200 meter daripada kapal tunda tersebut.
Saksikan 999 Selasa jam 9 malam di TV3 dan stream sekarang melalui Tonton.
Kalau anak saya tu, saya tak nak dia macam dia hilang kasih sayang seorang ayah. Saya setiap hari saya doa, Ya Allah, kau panjangkanlah umur. Saya tak nak isteri saya jadi susah payah. Macam mana mak saya besarkan saya. Ya Allah, kau panjangkanlah umur aku. At least keluarga saya dah ada benchmark. Diorang dah senang. Kalau ajal aku dah sampai, aku redha, Ya Allah. Tapi bukan sekarang.
WhatsApp group name untuk band tu was Dukes and Duchess. The drum lines that I had in the song are the reasons why I'm in the band today here.
Tak sampai 30 minit dah siap lah struktur, lead gitar, bass semua.
Well, onto the foreign front. The death toll from massive wildfires that have ravaged Los Angeles rose to 24 as of Monday, as officials warn of incoming dangerous winds that could whip the blazes up further. The LA County Medical Examiner updated the death toll on Sunday to 24, while officials earlier said at least another 16 remain missing. 16 of the dead were found in the Eaton fire zone, while 8 were found in the Palisades area. Meanwhile, weather forecasters are warning that the fierce winds are expected to pick up again this week as fire crews on the ground race to make progress controlling 3 wildfires. The largest, Palisades, which has burnt through more than 23,000 acres, is 13% contained. The second biggest, Eaton, has burnt through more than 14,000 acres and is 27% contained. The Hearst fire, meanwhile, has grown to 799 acres and is 95% contained. In Brazil, heavy rains claimed the lives of at least 11 people, including 9 who were killed in landslides in the valley region of the Minas Gerais state. According to the state fire department, the landslides on Sunday killed 9 people and left 1 missing in the city of Ipatinga. The city was hit by both landslides and flooding after a downpour of 80 millimeters of rain per square meter fell in less than an hour. In response, local officials declared a 180-day state of public disaster. In Santa Catarina, intense rainfall washed away sections of highways, killing 2 people and leaving 1 missing. A crisis management committee has been formed to oversee rescue operations and repair the damaged roads. At least 16 civilians in Nigeria's northwestern Zamfara state have been killed in a military airstrike, apparently after being mistaken for criminal gangs. Local media said the victims were members of local vigilante groups and civilians defending themselves from armed gangs notorious for kidnapping people for ransom. The strikes late on Saturday originally targeted militant gangs in Zurmi and Maradun areas, and the military has since acknowledged conducting the airstrikes. In a statement, the military said the operation successfully eliminated several bandits as well as led to the recovery of some kidnapped victims. However, it viewed the reports of the loss of civilian lives in the course of the operation as a grave concern. It also said an ongoing comprehensive investigation would ascertain the truth of the matter, which would be communicated to inform and reassure the public. A breakthrough has occurred in Doha, Qatar, following talks involving Israeli intelligence leaders, Donald Trump's envoy, and Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman regarding Gaza. A final draft for a ceasefire and prisoner exchange has been sent to Israel and Hamas for approval, where Sheikh Mohammed met with Hamas, while Trump's envoy met with an Israeli delegation to push both sides towards an agreement. Earlier, U.S. President Joe Biden has spoken to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about the ongoing talks for a ceasefire in Gaza and stressed the immediate need for a truce. The negotiations, mediated over the past year by the U.S., Egypt and Qatar, have repeatedly stalled at moments when they seem close to a deal. That concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look as dozens of runners braved the extremely cold temperatures in Russia's Yakutia region for a marathon through spectacular forests with the air temperature hovering around -50 degrees Celsius. With that, I'm Nurin Razman. Thank you for watching and stay safe.